I spent years chasing the perfect manifestation method. It's about one simple truth that makes reality creation almost effortless. In the next few minutes, I'll show you the only technique you'll ever need. But what if I told you that none of these techniques hold the real answer? Stay with me because the truth will set you free, and it starts by breaking this illusion. The manifestation industry thrives on a single insidious principle: the promise of shortcuts. They package and market techniques as the ultimate answers, dangling your deepest desires like a carrot on a stick. But what they're really selling is hope, not results. Here's how it works. Every few months, a new breakthrough technique emerges. Maybe it's an advanced visualization hack, a more potent scripting method, or the latest affirmation strategy. Each one is marketed with glowing testimonials and success stories, creating a frenzy of excitement. It's what we call shiny object syndrome. Shiny object syndrome is that itch to chase the next big thing, thinking, this is finally it, this is the one that will work. You might even try it for a few days, but soon enough you hear about another method that sounds even better, even easier. And so the cycle repeats. What's worse is how the industry profits from this cycle. The more techniques they sell, the more they feed into the idea that your success depends on finding the right one. But the truth is, there is no right one. These techniques don't hold the power. I spent years falling for these traps, trying one technique after another, hoping for a breakthrough. It wasn't until I stepped back and looked at the bigger picture that I realized the common thread. None of these methods were inherently special. That's when everything changed. I stopped searching and started focusing on what really mattered. And the shocking realization is, you don't need any of these techniques at all. The answer lies in the power of belief. It's easy to believe in the magic of a method when you see others raving about their results. But what's really happening behind the scenes? Every manifestation technique, from affirmations to vision boards, relies on one key ingredient: your emotional conviction. It's not the technique itself that's working, it's the belief you pour into it. This is what psychologists call the placebo effect. Think about it. When you wholeheartedly believe a method will work, you align your energy and focus with that belief. This emotional alignment becomes the driving force that shapes your reality. Techniques act as tools, but they're powerless without your conviction. The manifestation industry rarely talks about this because it's not as marketable. Selling you a system sounds far more convincing than admitting the system only works because you believe it does. But once you understand this, the illusion starts to crack. Reality isn't something you manipulate with external tools. It's something you create with your internal state. Your beliefs and emotions are the architects of your experience. This shifts everything. If belief is the real key, then you don't need a dozen techniques. You need to cultivate the emotional energy that drives them. This realization opens the door to something far more powerful, something we'll explore in the next chapter. Let's cut through the noise. Emotion is the real MVP of manifestation. Forget the flashy techniques, they're just tools. It's the emotion behind them that gets the job done. Neville Goddard famously said, "Feeling is the secret," and he wasn't kidding. Your emotions aren't just a response to the world, they're a language, a direct line of communication with your subconscious mind. Think of it as the operating system running in the background of your reality. If you're not coding it with emotion, nothing changes. Here's how it works. Your subconscious doesn't respond to logic or empty affirmations. It responds to energy in motion, emotion. Every time you feel something deeply, you're planting a seed in the fertile soil of your mind. Now, don't get this twisted. Emotion doesn't mean you need to jump up and down with excitement or force yourself into an over-the-top euphoric state. It's not about faking it. The magic lies in a quiet, powerful feeling I call serene conviction. It's that inner calm that says, this is already mine, I don't need to chase it. When you operate from serene conviction, you're no longer begging the universe for results. You're aligning yourself with them. Here's a paradox. The more you need something to manifest, the less likely it is to show up. Why? Because neediness creates resistance. It sends a signal that you don't already have what you're asking for, which is the exact opposite of the energy you want to project. When you're calm, you're in alignment. When you're detached, you're signaling ultimate confidence in your ability to create. You're telling the universe, I've already got this handled. Think of detachment as planting a seed. Once it's in the ground, you don't dig it up every 5 minutes to see if it's growing. You water it, give it sunlight, and trust that it'll sprout. The same goes for manifestation. When you let go of obsessive checking or second guessing, you allow your intention to grow and flourish. But how do you stay calm and detached? Here are some tools. Meditation. This helps you cultivate a state of inner peace even when external circumstances are chaotic. Affirmations. Use these to reinforce trust, like everything I desire is already on its way. Perspective shifts. Remind yourself that you're playing the long game. A small delay doesn't mean failure, it's just part of the process. When you detach from the outcome, you clear the way for manifestation to flow effortlessly. It's not about giving up, it's about giving over. It's like tuning into the right radio frequency. Your desires are already broadcasting and emotion is the dial. This changes everything. With emotion as your guide, you can make any manifestation technique work, but it gets better. In the next chapter, I'll show you how to unleash your inner creator and ditch the need for techniques altogether. Here's the part no one told you. You are the secret. Not the vision board, not the affirmations, and definitely not that overpriced crystal you bought after binge watching TikToks. Manifestation isn't about following someone else's rules. It's about realizing you're the one making the rules in the first place. That's why no single technique works for everyone, because you're the technique. Let me explain. Every tool or method you've ever tried only works because you believe it will. It's like a placebo effect on steroids. The power doesn't come from the ritual, it comes from the meaning you assign to it. The moment you decide, this is my path to success, you align your entire being to make it so. But here's where it gets really exciting. You don't need the middleman. You don't need a technique to channel your power. All those external tools, they're just training wheels. The real engine of manifestation is your consciousness. Your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs. These are the raw materials of reality. Think about it. Every time you've succeeded at manifesting something, it wasn't the tool that did it. It was your unwavering focus, your emotional energy, and your inner knowing that brought it to life. That's the secret sauce. You're the chef, the kitchen, and the recipe. When you fully grasp this, it's like stepping out of a cage you didn't realize you were in. Suddenly, you're not waiting for the next big how-to guide or chasing after the latest trend. You're free to create your own rules, to trust your instincts, and to manifest from a place of empowerment instead of desperation. So the liberating truth is you don't have to learn another technique. You are the technique, and once you internalize that, you unlock a level of freedom and creativity that no book could ever give you. Now it's time to roll up our sleeves and make manifestation feel like a superpower. Just practical steps you can start using today. Step 1. Drop the perfection obsession. First things first, let go of the idea that there's one perfect way to manifest. It's not about finding the holy grail of techniques. Instead, think of it as trying on clothes. You're just looking for what fits you. If a method feels forced, toss it. If it feels natural, roll with it. Step 2. Experiment without pressure. Not sure where to start? Try different approaches with zero attachment to the outcome. Visualization, scripting, or even just sitting quietly and feeling your way into a desired state. Play with what sparks your creativity. The point is to make it fun, not a chore. When you're relaxed, your emotional energy flows more freely. Step 3. Nail the emotional state. Here's the golden rule. Emotion fuels manifestation. When you're practicing, aim to feel the way you'd feel if your desire was already real. Excitement, gratitude, relief, whatever resonates with your goal, tap into it fully. It's not just imagining the outcome, it's embodying the vibe of already having it. Step 4. Create a daily ritual. You don't need a rigid schedule, but consistency helps. Set aside a few minutes each day to practice aligning your intention with your emotion. This could look like a quiet moment in the morning where you visualize, or an evening journaling session where you write as if your dreams have already come true. Keep it simple and enjoyable. Step 5. Trust process. This one's key. After you've done your part, aligning your emotion with your intention, step back. Don't micromanage the universe. Trust that the wheels are in motion, even if you can't see it yet. When you combine these steps with your newfound understanding of your own power, you'll start to see consistent results. The best part, the more you practice, the more natural it becomes. The magic doesn't come from the technique itself, it comes from you. You are the secret, your belief, your emotions, your focus, that's all it takes. From here on out, make a promise to yourself. Manifest like it's your birthright, because it is. Trust your emotional power, lean into your inner calm, and watch the world bend to your will. And when that first effortless manifestation shows up, smile, because that's just the beginning. You're finally playing the game the way it was meant to be played, with ease confidence, and the knowing that the power was always within you. But there's an even more fundamental element most practitioners miss entirely. In this video, I'll reveal why your thoughts are the critical foundation everything else builds upon. Every decision you make creates a new reality. The choice is yours.